Hi, my name is Luis Rangel, and today I'm going to be continuing this presentation of taking online classes. As far as my side, I'm going to go ahead and explain what are the advantages and disadvantages of taking online courses. So, before beginning, let me go ahead and move to the slide. Okay, all right. So, talking about the advantages of taking online classes, as you all can see, these are the different points when it comes to taking online classes. I'll go ahead and explain each one of them briefly. The first advantage that's being mentioned in this PowerPoint is that you're capable of balancing your lifestyle. So if you are having a tight schedule, whether, I mean, to begin with, since not all students or every person doesn't always go straight to college after school, after high school. Sometimes afterwards, when they're trying to come back, it's kind of difficult for them because they either maybe they have kids, they get married, or maybe they start working two full-time jobs. The responsibilities grow as you grow older. So when you go back to school, trying to go back to school and trying to go into a classroom might be difficult. So the benefit of taking online classes is that you're capable of balancing that lifestyle, whatever it is, and to allowing you to finish your education as opposed to make it difficult and trying to jump into a classroom. The other thing is that you can uh, take online courses anytime and anywhere. So just an example, in my case, I work a full-time job. Every now and then I take time off, either go back home or sometimes I wanted to go take a break, maybe spend some time on another state, let's say Florida, whatever the case may be. I mean, I have treated myself, but then again, I was still taking online courses. So that being said, no matter what the condition may be, whether you have to be somewhere else instead of being at home trying to knock your assignments out online. Doesn't matter as long as you have your laptop, your smartphone, whatever the case may be, and you get connected. You have some kind of connection where you are, then you can continue your education instead of going to a classroom where you can't do these things. Fast courses. So like it says right here, normally most of the classes when you take them online, there's 6 to 8 weeks, which is a great benefit because most of the classes are 3 to 4 months, which for the most part, a lot of people don't really don't like being in class forever. Uh, so having that being said, being 6 to 8 weeks just makes it less painful. So that's a great advantage. The other thing is lower costs. So what that means is that it's not necessarily that it's going to be cheap. I mean, you're still going to pay probably a high fee. It just depends what school you're on. But then again, you don't have to worry about extra fees like that come with sitting in a classroom. Maybe lab fees, so on and so forth, which are typically more expensive. So in that case, also not only that, but like when it comes to transportation, that you have to go somewhere into a class, you have to either take some kind of transportation like a bus or drive, which typically comes pretty expensive. So that's one great advantage. Faster completion. Again, going back to the fast courses. Normally, online course is going to be fast paced. So which means the faster they are, the more faster you're going to be able to finish that degree. Lastly, the most important one is self-paced. So again, like I mentioned before, having the ability of finding the time when you can or whenever you want is a great advantage to take online courses as opposed to going to a classroom, which normally you have to be a certain time in a certain location. That's not the case. So moving on with the disadvantages. So the biggest thing right here, the first main point is that you can easily procrastinate while you're taking online courses. I myself, as an example, have gone through this, and I'm pretty sure almost everyone has gone through this experience. It's pretty easy to get it distracted while you're taking online courses, where it may be, even if it's home or you try to do your courses outside. As long as you find a connection, you take your smartphone or smart device, whatever it is. It can be very difficult to keep attention to your deadlines, because there's so many distractions outside of that. Uh, since it can be very boring, very frustrating at times, you're gonna try to compensate and find spare time to compensate for that time that, okay, you were working and you were doing maybe something that it's not very fun, but then again, a lot of people try to compensate for longer periods of time than what they need. So again, procrastinate can be a very big issue if you don't know how to control it. The other thing is that you need good time management. If you don't really have time management, really, or schedule, or maybe you just really don't like doing things or cannot come up with a deadline, you're being lazy, whatever it may be, it can be hard to keep up with the online classes, because most of the time they're going to be self-paced. So it's something to keep in mind. The other thing is being an active learner. If you're not an active learner, then you're just going to easily fail. It's a great chance. Why? Because since it's a very fast pace, you have to be engaged, get to read the assignments, um, make sure you meet those deadlines. If you're not constantly learning, keeping up with the material, then you're going to easily fail. The other thing is you got to find your own path of learning. If you don't, then it's just going to make it hard. This instance, many times when it comes to online courses, you have to read a lot, because since the professors are not there to speak, then they have to compensate the work with reading materials. So if you don't really like to read, then it's just going to make hard. And even so, if you don't really find that method appealing, then there's always other ways, like doing extra research, or finding ways where, like, most of the time professors will try to make a video or have meetings where you attend and they'll go ahead and explain. In my case, that's the way how I learn. That's the best way how I learn, instead of reading. But then again, if that doesn't work, then you have to find a way to kind of learn at your own, whatever benefits for you. Lastly, you got to be responsible for your own learning. Again, since it's on your own accountability, there's no professors telling you what to do. So since there's no professors telling you what to do, then you have to be responsible for your own. Uh, I cannot um, I cannot stress that enough. It's can be pretty hard, but like as you become an adult, you have to learn how to be responsible. So if you haven't learned responsibility, it's just going to be hard for you. So and that's pretty much it. In the next video, you guys will the next teammate will explain more into detail and finish up the remaining of the slides. So yes, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and all this time I'm going to go ahead and pass the remaining of the slides to Tyler. Thanks again.